Alright, so OnePlus is today unveiling its OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 8 Pro and probably a Lite as well. And I'm going to watch this live event and show you all the most important things you need to know about the new OnePlus 8.
There's so many reviewers calling any one of our different phones the best phone of the year.
Ha, MKBHD, the first one to pass the stage.
We also earned the
So the OnePlus 7 has the QHD 90Hz, while the OnePlus 8 will probably have the 120Hz display. So as the leaks already showed, it's kind of similar. A little punch-in hole on the top left of the device. So the waterfall edges, as you can see on the front of the device as well. And this is the OnePlus 8. Different colors, a little bit of a shine to it.
And now for the colors. We have options for you. Ultramarine blue and onyx black.
That ultramarine blue actually looks very, very good. As you can see, the right one looks good.
Glacial green.
That glacier green actually looks weird. It doesn't look as common as you would have guessed, I think. So front-facing camera is 3.8 millimeters thick. That's about this size on the punch-in hole on the top, which is not that thick, but you still have the punch-in hole. You don't have a notch or a drop-down teardrop, something like that. You have the punch-in hole. So this is the highest spec'd out screen on every phone that's been released right now. So I want to know, what will it be? Let's see. So here we have all the information. So the refresh rate, as we already knew, 120 Hz. QHD, quality QHD plus and AMOLED, which is nice, looks very good. The touch sampling rate is 240 Hz, and then some other information on the color temperature and brightness and other stuff. That's actually very good in my opinion. DisplayMate actually gave the OnePlus 8 an A+, which is the best score ever. So that already means something. So that's also a big one. The 10-bit color depth is, of course, a lot different than the 8-bit, which gives you a lot more different colors, different styles of colors, different array of colors, different reds, higher reds, lower blues, all that different kind of stuff. So this is the difference between, for example, an iPhone 11 Pro at 60 Hz and then the OnePlus 8 Pro at 120 Hz. So it looks like my iPhone XR, the LCD display on this one, will get a big knock from this OnePlus 8, which looks like the best display out there right now. So 4 cameras, a 3x telephoto camera, a 48 megapixel ultra wide camera, a color filter camera, and a 48 megapixel main camera as well, with aperture 1.7, 2.2 and again 2.2 on the telephoto, which is great. So these are the different sensors from the OnePlus 6 to the OnePlus 7 Pro and the 8 Pro, and the new Sony sensor they have in the 8 Pro is, as you can see, about 2 times the size as the 7 Pro and can receive way more light and way more depth when taking videos or photos, which is an amazingly noticeable difference when you will try this out. These are some sample shots.
And then there's the ultra-wide camera.
Actually looks
nice. Now
nice.
You can get a much wider 120-degree field of view.
Oof, ultra-wide night shots. That's something that my iPhone XR doesn't have with only one small camera. Like, they have a dedicated feature to take night shots, which is a big which can make a very big difference when it's night and dark outside, and when you can still see the details. Like on the right side, you have the 8 Pro. You can still see the street over there. You can see the different buildings. You can see the clouds, while on the left you see the 11 Pro Max over here on the right and the left side of this picture. You can't see any buildings. It's all flattened out. It's all blacked out, as you can see. While here you can see a bit of a difference. And it's a bit of, it does have a bit of noise, I think, the 8 Pro, but still very big difference. So this color filter camera is actually something I really don't understand and have yet tested, because you can get the creative mind out of you when taking pictures with this. I don't know what that actually means. I think you can like shift colors or something by the things you see. I don't know. So the OnePlus 8 will have 3 high precision microphones, which will of course ensure that you don't have a lot of noise on the background and that you will have very clear sound when recording something, which is actually a major improvement. You actually can zoom into the sound you want to magnify. That's something I haven't heard before. So if I want to magnify, for example, someone talking far away, I can do that probably, which sounds futuristic, but looks like it's true. Yeah, I know, when you're filming a video with your phone, you press the background and then the background gets focused, but then the subject is black. And then you press the subject and then the background is completely washed out and white. And now they fixed this with the OnePlus 8, and that's majorly good.
And this is from the OnePlus 8 Pro. We'll let you be the judge.
So that's the difference between a video on the 11 Pro Max, which also does that, and the OnePlus 8 Pro. In my opinion, the 11 Pro Max has a bit more of a filmic look, if you ask me, and the OnePlus 8 Pro has a bit of a more dynamic feel to the flesh of the person that's in the frame. So I don't know, what do you think? Let me know. I like both. Maybe the OnePlus 8 Pro is a bit better in my opinion, although the iPhone 11 Pro Max has a bit more detail in the background.
The OnePlus 8 Pro is powered by the Snapdragon 865 mobile platform.
So it has the Snapdragon 865
12 gigabytes of
as written
LPDDR5
here,
RAM, which is almost 30% faster than the previous generation.
So the OnePlus 8 has a battery of more than 4000 milliamp hours, while the iPhone XR, which I have, not even has 3000 milliamp hours. So that's a very big difference, and I can use my iPhone XR for a full day. So imagine using the OnePlus 8. So they compare the OnePlus to two other devices, a Samsung and an iPhone, and the OnePlus charges faster than those two other devices. So they again use the Oxygen OS, which is nice. They are pretty known for their OS in the OnePlus, and it's a very good and a very fluid and a clean operating system.
Almost as thin as
But it's a thick camera bump, if you ask me.
We also gave the OnePlus 8 shorter and tighter curves along the sides of the display, making it one of the lightest flagship phones
180
you can find
grams is
anywhere on the market.
actually not a lot. That's very lightweight.
From every angle, the colors and the feeling you get are always different.
Oh,
That's
that's
because
cool.
of the technology we use
I
to make
like
this
that.
possible.
I like that. There is
Post them on
no
your Instagram
interstellar
or
glow
Twitter
here.
and
Why?
at OnePlus so we can see as well. Sony IMX
So the OnePlus
586
8 has a triple camera instead of a 4 camera, of course, on the OnePlus 8 Pro. There's already a pretty big difference between the sensor, I think, the Sony sensor on the 8 Pro and the regular 8, and the 3 camera array, which on the 8, for example, you have macro, and on the 8 Pro you have a lot of different things you can do with the camera. So that's a major difference. The 4 cameras compared to the 3 cameras and what you can do with them, that's a very big thing you have to think about when deciding which one you are going to buy. It does also have the Wi-Fi 6 and the Snapdragon 865 as the OnePlus 8 Pro has. So as for speed goes, I think it will be mostly similar, but the main difference will be the camera and a little bit of the display as well. They both also support 5G, which is a major change in the complete world of smartphones, because 5G is the next big thing, and it's going to go mainstream in the next year or so, next couple of months or so. So that's a major thing. These look pretty basic in my honest opinion. I'm not really convinced about these.
prices.
Now the price, let's see. So the big thing for me about the OnePlus is that it came into the smartphone business being the very big price breaker. So every smartphone from OnePlus came into stores as a very cheap phone, but a majorly sometimes better phone than the flagships from Samsung, iPhone or other brands for a fraction of that price. But in the last couple of years, I think their prices went up exponentially, and I want to know if these prices are going to go up again or are going to be way up there with the other flagship prices. So this is a major moment, I think. That's not that expensive, but they don't look like Apple AirPods. And to be fair, the Apple AirPods look like the best wireless earbuds you can buy right now. That's not because I have an iPhone. I don't even have wireless AirPods. They just look better than these. With a cable, these are not wireless. They still have a cable. That's not wireless for me.
The 128GB version is $699.
Ooh.
And the 256GB version will be $799. And for the OnePlus 8 Pro, we also have two options. The 128GB version will retail for $899.
That's the price of an iPhone XR basic model.
$999.
So yeah, the prices are as expected probably. What would have been weird, I think, was if the prices would be like $100 lower than they shown them here. So that would have been weird, but now it's like, okay, we were expecting this. But I guess you can say if this was OnePlus 5 years ago, the prices would be $100 lower than they are right now. Alright, so this was the OnePlus 8 and 8 Pro event. What I didn't see was a OnePlus 8 Lite. I was maybe expecting the OnePlus 8 Lite in this event, but it's not there. So we have two new phones, the OnePlus 8 Pro with 4 cameras, a very nice 120Hz refresh rate display, Snapdragon 865 as well on the 8 Pro as on the regular 8, but on the regular 8 we only have like 3 cameras instead of 4. Wireless charging and a great battery life comes back on both of the devices, and again they have 5G, which is a major upgrade. So for the price, I think both devices are pretty good, but I would go for the OnePlus 8 Pro. It's a bit more expensive than the regular OnePlus 8, but you get a major upgrade in camera qualities and stuff and all that. Right, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like down below and a sub as well, and turn notifications on for further videos, and I hope I'll see you in my next one.